Hey, hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights I just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now and in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. Shorty wanna me.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Breeze to throw on second down. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work. And that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a pitch out to Kamara. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready. You waiting?
On the ground, Kamara. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Every coach we ever talk to says to his team before the game, quick start, guys. Let's get out of the gate fast. How about that? They took his lesson to heart, didn't they?
They did exactly that. A nice diving catch here on the game's opening drive. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now Breeze. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready? You waiting?
Shotgun now for Breeze. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Breeze now to throw. And Thomas has it. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go down at the 28. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Now Ryan on 2nd down. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Alex Okafor able to drop him for a loss of 4. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
He finds Coleman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman, 32 yards. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a third down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Breeze going to try and throw on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Justin Hardy deep for Atlanta. And this will be taken at the 13. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
So this game's not very far along, and he's already found the end zone once, and now he started this drive with another big gain, another first down run. I've got to wonder if I'm the defensive coordinator, what do I do in this situation? It's only the first quarter, but do I go ahead and sell out and try and slow him down and make him beat me another way? Because the risk is if I don't, he ends up having a monster game.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Coleman has it here right side. And he's taken down inside the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Here's Coleman, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Smith trying to run for it. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. It's Coleman here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. The dangerous Hill now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On second down, here's Breeze. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Ready. You waiting?
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. That's complete to Meredith. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Ready. You waiting? Wait a second.
From the gun, it's Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Saints on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Bree's going to throw. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the left hash, this from 39. And Lutz's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Ryan. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. But just taking a glance real quick at next week's games in the NFL. The Chiefs at Browns, that's kind of intriguing. Obviously, the Browns are struggling, Charles, but Mayfield and Mahomes, that's going to be a fun quarterback battle.
It's going to be a blast, isn't it? Maybe they can recreate their day when they played against each other in college, when Mayfield had transferred from Texas Tech to Oklahoma. Mahomes is now the starting quarterback at Texas Tech. Mayfield throws for 545 and 7 touchdowns.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Alex Okafor in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he's got Sanu. And all the way down to the 39. A big play on 3rd down for the Falcons. And even 50 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Coleman. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Demario Davis there on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
They'll toss it to Coleman. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. On third down, Ryan. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. A really nice catch, but bottom line, that should have gone for more yardage.
Give him a pass in the flat that allows him to get upfield. There's plenty of distance between him and all the defenders. Actually cost himself some yardage there. Yeah, they got the completion, but it could have been so much more.
The kick by Tavecchio is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. The return man is Hill. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They go play action here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10.
Ready? You waiting?
Breeze will try again on 2nd down. Completes this one to Meredith. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play action, Ryan. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
On first down, Ryan drops it off for Coleman. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On 2nd down, Ryan. This one complete to Coleman. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. From the shotgun, Ryan. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Pulled in at the 24. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, if there've got to be casualties at times, we're trying to win a game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. But with that incompletion, I want to take a look ahead to Sunday night, Charles. Packers-Patriots, only going to be the second all-time meeting between Brady and Rodgers.
Yeah, they met in Lambeau in 2014. Aaron Rodgers' Packers team won the game, I believe, was 26-21. And head-to-head, Tom Brady had a nice night, 245 yards and 2 touchdowns. But Aaron Rodgers, 368 and 2 touchdowns. I can't wait to see them go back and forth in this one. I hope it turns into that type of a shootout game where, you know, one team scores, here comes the other, and both of them have big, big games.
Do you think it's eating at Brady? I know he's had a lot of success, and he's never beaten Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
I don't know that it's eating at him, but he's the type of guy that is always looking for motivation, and at this stage of his career, he has to search to find it because he's done everything. Yeah, being down 1 to Aaron Rodgers, that'll be a motivator for him for Sunday.
Breeze now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Ready. You're 90.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. Takes this to the 45. Broken tackle. Bought him a little extra space. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Breeze again. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Ready. You're 90.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. They go play action with Ryan. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
The Falcons on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
While sometimes it doesn't appear like much, the out route can be very dangerous when you throw it to a guy like Julio Jones. If you try and undercut it, he can turn into a big play. But the reason he's able to get it so often is because of his ability to push people deep, and they have to respect that.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sanu with a grab over the middle. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down.
Let's go.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Here we go. Hey, boys, got 4 down. Ready.
Breeze to throw on second down. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A very solid gain of 27.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
4 down. Ready.
Breeze now. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Ready. You ready?
They'll run it with Kamara. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Will Lutz on for the point after. Lutz good on the extra point. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And this will be incomplete. He was hoping to get that one to Tevin Coleman in space. And now it's second down. Well, CD, we have a second. We need to give a congratulations to Adam Vinatieri. Earlier in the year set the all-time mark for field goals, but now he's the league's all-time leading scorer. He passed Hall of Famer Morton Anderson.
How about that? And that was a record that Adam Vinatieri himself said, I didn't expect anyone to ever approach that record, let alone myself. And going into the game in Oakland, a lot of family and friends wanted to buy airline tickets, get out there and be there to celebrate. He had a groin injury, and he said, hey, you might want to hold off on that. I'm not sure I'm even going to be able to play. But play he did, and he set the record. He makes a strong case to be a first-ballot Hall of Fame guy when his time comes up.
That's something as a kicker. 2,547 career points. From the gun on third down, Ryan. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Coleman now. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan. And this one brought in by Sanu. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
On third down, that's Coleman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On first and 10, it's Ryan. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Falcons will extend their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Bosher to kick it away. The dangerous Hill now to return. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3-and-out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Ready. You ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Ready. Yellow lady, yellow lady.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Breeze now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Arnold. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
You ready?
From the gun, it's Breeze. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 6.
Ready. You ready?
Now Breeze. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, when you've got a kicker out there who's already missed twice, he definitely would rather have about a 30-yarder rather than one from a neighboring county.
Can we agree to just give him a pass on that one? It would have definitely been a way to turn his mood around, but instead, it's a 3rd miss and another scoreless possession.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Here's Ryan. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They go play action now. Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
I know exactly why he tried to throw the ball to Julio Jones there. He's never considered covered. He's either too fast or too strong. You always try and get it to him.
Especially on those deep passes. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Ryan. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they'd love to not run him back out there in a tough situation. But let's face it, they may have to. So right now, the head coach is talking to the offense coordinator and saying, call this game like we're going to put it in the end zone. Let's try and take the field goal out of it.
On first down, Breeze gets it to Meredith complete. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. On second down, here's Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
Breeze now on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Carr. And down he'll go at the 25. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Ready. You waiting?
Now Breeze throwing on second down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And it's third and short. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now Breeze. And that's complete. It's Watson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
Ready. We're waiting.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Yellow lady.
Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Breeze going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Breeze to throw again. That's caught by Meredith right side. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Ready. We're waiting.
Again, it's Breeze. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now, Breeze again. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Watson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. 5th catch of the game for him there. Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Ready. Yellow lady.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Carr. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
To throw is Breeze. And it was a stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So the false start will back them up 5. That's going to set them back 5 yards. That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. Now Breeze on the bootleg. And Watson has it right side. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down.
Ready. Waiting.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal.
Ready. Waiting.
They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
To throw, it's Breeze. And that is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game. But, boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They will run again with Coleman. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Coleman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Got to figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. The Falcons on third down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he's on to punt for Atlanta. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith taking it goal line to goal line, 100 yards. And the Saints are back within a score.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. A little less than 90 seconds to go. This will be an onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. Till next time, we say so long from the Bayou.